Hello YouTube and welcome to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I'm Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. Today's video is going to be on Step Card 101, the basic step card. I'm going to show you that card right now. Ta-da! It sits, I don't want to set it, but it sits up like this. It's just a basic step is all. And then I'm going to show you how to add an extra little step onto this card. So this is I'm going to do several of these step cards because I have them in varying heights, varying bases, and I'm going to do several of these, just not in one video. So let's go over our card base. This card base is in basic gray, and you know I like to use retired products for my samples that I'm going to show you of what we're going to make. So this is basic gray here, but we are going to do it in basic black, and you will need a piece that is 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, you will score it at 5 1/2, 6 3/4, 8 3/4, and at 10. Then for our layering pieces, you can use cardstock or DSP, and the reason why is because for this layer right here is DSP. It's just to me, I liked the color and it was easy to do. I had it in my little scrap box, so I used that, and that's why I put cardstock or DSP, and that's 3 3/4 by 4. This layer right here is the DSP, and that's 3 by 3 3/4. Now we're going down to the next little layer, and you notice I didn't put it all the way around because I really wanted this to show, so I just added it behind. So this can be cardstock or DSP. That's 1 by 3 3/4. This piece of DSP is let me make sure I'm getting there. This is a 1-inch strip by 3. Oh, this is a 1 inch by 4. This is 1 inch by 3 3/4. So I made a boo-boo here. Let's get this right. Erase that. This is 1 3/4. This, however, is 1 by 4. That's why I'm like, that is not right. All right. So let's go to our next DSP layer, which is this front panel here. So that is this piece right here. It can be cardstock or DSP. Is 3 3/4 by 4. This is 2 and 3 and 3. This is 2 1/2 or 2. Let's see. No, it's 1 1/2. And I put 1/2 and I missed the 1. So let me add the big 1 right there. 1 by 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. Now for the extra step piece, if you want to choose to do that like we're doing on this card, you'll need a piece of your same color as your cardstock, 2 1/2 by 6 1/2, scored at 1/2 of an inch and 1 3/4. Cardstock or DSP will be 2 1/4 by 6 1/4, and the DSP will be 2 by 6. So I'm going to cut and score all of this for you at the same time, so you can get the full process. So let's bring in my cutter, and I'm going to zoom out a bit here, and we are going to simply take a piece of basic black, cut it at 4 1/4. Now I'm going to open the arm up. I'm following my own directions here, and I'm making sure that my cutting blade is way up here because now I'm going to score. I'm going to start scoring at 5 1/2. And if you want to know how you know, where's my envelope? I don't have it. If you want to know how big, if you're doing a larger step card or for a larger envelope, simply make sure that from here to here fits inside the envelope, and that will be the back first score mark of your step card. My mind is going to draw a blank. So let's go. We're at 5 1/2. We're going to scoot down to 6 3/4 and score. We're going to go to 8 3/4, and then we're going to go to 10. And this is what is creating this little box here. Okay. So next we need our second card base color with cardstock. And this piece is 2.5. I already had it cut, 2.5 by 6.5. Now we are going to score it 1/2 of an inch. Right there, and score it 1 3/4. Right there. Now we're going to set these aside and we're going to cut our cardstock. Our DSP. And I'm going to show you, I don't have any DSP from the new catalog yet because I just placed an order. But this is very similar as far as the black and white. Stampin' Up! Seems to, those are my templates, to be carrying, it seems, always a black and white. This has some basic gray in it, but anyways, this is the closest I could get to this as far as the color scheme goes. So we are going to use this. This is the Beautifully Penned. It was a free paper for celebration, which I still have plenty of. So we're going to be using this. But if you wanted to recreate this and you don't have any black and white, just any black and white pattern will really do for this card. So let me set that aside and not lose my card pieces here. So this piece is what is going to be our first layer for this little extra step piece that we are creating. So I need, no, let's start at the top. Let's just start at the top, the first one. So cardstock or DSP. We're using the reverse side for cardstock or DSP piece, and that's 3 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to go to 4. Actually, I'm going to go to 3 3/4. See, and cut. Now I'm going to turn it and cut it at 4. Okay, so there's one of my layers. This actually might work for something, so I'm going to set that aside. Next, I'm going to turn it over because this is the DSP I'm working with. And I went 3 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to turn it here. Cardstock DSP. I'm going to double check. I'm thinking I cut this too big. I did. Yeah, I messed up on my cutting. It's supposed to be 3 1/4 by 4, and I cut it to 3 3/4. So 3 1/4. I thought that looked rather large. All right, it's okay. Now it's right. 3 3/4. 3 1/4 by 4. Next, we're cutting a piece 3 by 3 3/4. So 3 inches this way because we're cutting for this color. So I'll turn it over. 3 by 3 3/4. This is layering on top like so. So our next piece of DSP layering, cardstock or DSP, so we're using this for the cardstock or DSP, is 1 by 4. And this probably will work. Let's see if this is 4. So this little snippet will work. So there's that. Now I need another 1 inch strip by 4. I think this is the shorter side. So we'll take a 1 inch strip, cut it to 3 3/4. Yes, because this is the DSP element that is going to layer. I cut it to 4, didn't I, instead of 3 3/4. Nope, that's 3 3/4. This piece I cut wrong, so we'll make another cut. I need it cut 1 to 4. 1 by 4. I cut off too much. 1 by 4. Now we have it correct. Oh, you know, see my nails? My daughter did them for my birthday. So nice of her. Okay, cardstock or DSP, which is this part of my DSP, is 3 3/4 by 4. 3 1/4 by 4. So 3. Making sure. No. 3 1/4. 3 1/4 by 4. Why is that not working for what I want it to be? I don't know why it should be. It should be 1 3/4, of course. 1 3/4. Boy. 1 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to have to change that. And this next piece is 1 1/2, which is exactly what I have, by 3 3/4. Yes. All right. So let me change this on the whiteboard. You guys can have another look. Let's see. I just did this. And this is the measurement I got messed up by 3 3/4. This is not 3 3/4. It is 1 3/4. Wow. 1. I just got my numbers mixed up. 1 3/4. Because I'm going to write all this down in a second. All right. So there's that. Now we have our DSP cut for that piece, and now we're on to our extra card piece here, and we need, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get 2 out of this, so I might just have to go with 1. And I am thinking, I thought to do just something different there, but let me pull out my, that's all the paper I had. What else will go with this? Oh, no, that's the same. That will work. I just needed an extra little piece. That was a scrap piece, so, and these were scrap pieces, that's why I was using them. So, for our cardstock or DSP, which is, yes, this piece here is what we're using for the cardstock or DSP. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 6 1/4, which I hate even going there on this thing. Let me see. It's right there. So there's that piece. Let's make sure it's, you know what? Now I can tell you that is not even right. I only need, because I didn't fold it over. Well, no, that will work. We'll just make it go from there to there. We're going to fix this. Just cut that piece, and I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it. Just leave it as it is for the moment. So our next piece of DSP is 2 by 6, and this is not quite 2, but we're going to use it anyways. All right, so there's our pieces. Now let's start getting our card together. All of my scraps over there. All of the regular pieces of DSP, not counting the extra step piece, we can glue together. Let me get my glue out of here. Just make sure you glue them to the coordinating pieces. There's one. This is a great way to use up your DSP. This one, you will see that it's just the very ends that are showing the bottom layer. And this one is here. Now we're going to put these on our card. Okay, let's score. Well, we already scored, so let's give it a good crease on all of our folds. And I'm just folding them all the same way. Now, for this 1 inch strip here, I am going to put tear tape right there. Let me get my tear tape out. And I want it going on the same side that we folded what we creased. Meaning, I'll show you if I can tear this off. Never wants to tear for me. Where are my glue tacky scissors? Okay. Meaning we folded. This is, you can see our folds right here. We want our tear tape to go on the same side that those folds are folding inwards. If it was going this way, you wouldn't want it there. But on this card, you want it like so. I want 2 strips. You're gonna crease over it. And I can't get it up with my nails because these are fake nails. But they're nice and short. So there we go. Now it's really easy to lay this down. Okay. This is our longest side width. Let me put it on the grid, and it comes to 5.5 with that score line. You simply fold this half, not at the first one where the tape is, but the second one. And now we're going to fold that up like so. And that, my friends, is your basic step card 101. Open it up like this, fold it back like this, so it will sit nicely. Ta-da! And there you have it. Now we're gonna get decorating. So this piece that we made is going here. I've got to turn the card this way to see it. Okay, our next wee little piece where you only see the bottom layer through the 2 sides is going on the top part here of the step. I'm like, ooh, like got it on both sides, but I only want that little part of the gray. Okay, our next piece is going right here. So we're going to get that glued on. Now there, you could stop with that. Okay, you could stop with this, but oh, that got crooked. Let's get that, wiggle that back down. But we're not stopping there. We are adding this step piece here that we created. So go ahead and do your folds on your card, like so. So I told you to go ahead and cut these pieces like so. Now we're going to trim them down because we're going to need a piece here and a piece there. And that's why we needed that extra. So let's see, we need it to be 1/4 of an inch in. So we need to cut this to 5, which I will change it on my whiteboard, but since I already had you guys cutting it, let's go ahead and just do it this way. Let's glue this piece down, and then we will work on that little piece for that section. So we're taking the polka dots. Why is that? Oh, I'm like, that is the wrong piece, Alice. Okay, let's cut this down to 5. That's the next layered piece. Too bad y'all weren't here. You could have said, stop. That's not the right piece. It's okay. We're going to glue it on here in just a second. I didn't manage to cut enough of that, did I? Well, well, well. Did I make a mistake? I sure did. I should have taken it in 1/4 of an inch. It should have been at 4.5. So let's see. Should have been at 4.5. Which I can't do it on my other little guillotine. But we'll make this work. I just have to pop my guide out. There we go. Because I don't want glue on it. It was a pain in the butt last time. So I want it to be at 4.25. There we go. Oh, watch me have cut this too far down now, trying to do this. And of course, I have. It's all right. We'll be just fine. Because now I need 1/4 of an inch here. I can make this work. There we go. You won't even know if I had cut it from the right end of it. Okay, so next we're taking this piece and putting it in here, and we're going to take 1/4 of an inch off of this piece, which is 1/4 of an inch off. So right here at 1, just not slice my fingers off. Nothing needs to be here because that will be folded over. Next, we're going to glue this. Well, that didn't work, did it? Okay. Yuppers. Okay. Because I put glue on the wrong side. All right. Let me grab. I thought I saw a piece. We will just have to cut one. And that will be okay. You guys are seeing it as it happens. So we need a piece to be cut to 1 3/4 of an inch. Now this one needs to be cut. Let's make sure while we have it what this one needs. Look at that. That's not even wide enough. So maybe it wasn't meant to be. I was trying to use up scraps, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I need to be cut at 2 inches. Never fear, it will work out. I'm not going to stress over it. Now from here to here is 4 3/4, and we want it to come in. This piece was 4 1/2, so we want it to be cut at 4 1/4 right there. And now we should have a nice wee little piece that fits in there, and we do. And we can still use that piece we cut off in a second, and making all kinds of clanging noise here. There we go. Now this wee little piece is not right anyway, so where is my strip that needs to be cut? So let's measure it and I'll figure it out. Here we go. We need a piece cut at 3/4 inch by 2. It's already cut at 2, so just 3/4 inch. You heard me throwing things off my desk falling. 3/4 inch is right here. Now we are going to add this piece to our card like so. Okay, so we will need score tape on this end here and on the inside here. So let me get the score tape back in, and because we want it in this big section, this section here is 2 inches. So you want to come in with your score tape. Let me move my whiteboard a minute. Get a pencil. So it's 2 inches. This is 2 inches, right? So I'm going to give me a little line up to 1.5 inches, because I know I don't want any score tape or adhesive over here. Just here is where we're going to put it, and we're going to put it right there. So we're going to need my adhesive scissors. And 2 strips is going to be good. You could put 3, but 2 will hold it. Needle time in just a second. I'm going to go over it with the bone folder. There's that one, this one, and this one here. Now, putting my needle back in its little spot. So you could do a lot of things with this. You could have it, I'm not going to put in where the glue is, but you could have it, let me see, you could have it on the side. This one we are going to do in the middle. So I have this folded down like so. I'm making it flat. I'm just roughly getting it centered. Okay. Right there, centered on the front panel. Yeah, looks like I got it not quite so centered. We're going to have to see if I can lift that up a wee bit. All right, because it was looking kind of cockeyed, and laid it down there. Now you're going to see this. Ta-da! You have 2 steps going on. Just that little extra step there. Now, what are we going to put on this image? I want to do, this is a very simple basic card. We're going to simply use the same idea on this card. So, I've got some from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. I've got some black twine, like so, and we are going to simply do a bit of, just going to cut some sections and make some little loopy loops like this. One there, one there. And I'm going to not glue these down, tape them down with my handy dandy Scotch tape. That's going to work for me for right now until I see what else we're doing. Next, we have got the Label Me Lovely punch, in which I would really love to get the new fancy circle punch they have out. But I haven't ordered it yet. Okay, so I'm going to punch this to give me a spot for my sentiment to go on. Can you see it coming together now? So this we are going to add on with dimensionals. I'm just figuring out if I do want a couple of more little loop-de-loops here. So I want maybe one going, let's see. Nails make it difficult to work with. One like that and one down here. Yeah, that will work for me. I'm going to grab me my handy dandy friendly Scotch tape. I'm going to place that one like so, turn it like so, and tape those down too. And then we're going to make a really pretty bow to go on the front. We are going to use some dimensionals to glue this one down. That is actually coming out pretty good. So one there to help keep the twine down. One there, and I need one more. Oops. Okay, you want to have 5? We'll put 5 on there. He wanted to come to the party there. He didn't want to leave his friends out in the cold. So our sentiment layer element is going right there. Now, I wanted to use the same one. You've been on my mind and in my heart, but I'm kind of thinking maybe not. The stamp set, these are great sentiments. So I'm trying to think, thank you, happy birthday, what could fit? Wishing you a happily ever after. That would be great if you knew someone who was doing a black and white theme. Happy Easter, welcome little one, happy birthday. The best is yet to come. Yeah, the best is yet to come. It's something I normally would not use. I'm going to set that off to the side over there. So where is it? The best is yet to come. That would be a great sentiment for a graduate, saying congratulations. So next we need my piece of basic white. We're using Memento ink. Now, I'm using a very old, wide oval punch, but you could use whatever you have. You could use the double oval punch. I'm wondering if that would even fit. Let's see. This one will fit. Oh, that one will fit. Let's do this one. So let me turn it over. See if I can get it centered more. Yes. So the double or dual oval punch, I can't remember ever which one it is called, but it's in the catalog. Set that aside. And next, just to make it interesting, let's use this scrap to back it on. And let's see which way we like it. So we could use that, but the stripes now are going the wrong way. or the polka dots. And I'm liking, nope, do I have any more scrap pieces with the lines going? I want the lines going up and down. Yikes. Well, I can't manage that. So we are just going to have to glue this down as is. It will be just fine, but I like the stripes, that much of it. So let's glue this all down to there. And we're going to glue this down. And then we're going to make a great little bow. And I'm going to re-stamp this because that is just not straight on my, the oval. It's not straight on the oval. So let's see. I can use this part of my sample piece because I don't have any more scratch paper on my desk. So let's try one more time. I'm going to take it. I guess it doesn't really matter where it's going to come out of. Still going to put a hole in my image. Let's turn it over because I got a halo going on and I don't like that. No halo. Oops. Well, I guess I'm making another piece, aren't I? Use what you have and what. There we go. I'm going to leave that so I can get my measurements off. Now, like I told you, I'm going to glue this down, hopefully straight on this one this time. My little dog is outside. She shouldn't be, but she is. Okay, and I should have put a dimensional here and there on the sides, but I didn't. But it's going to be just fine. So there is the beginnings of and end basically of my card. You could add some rhinestone, some, let's see what we have to add to this. I know I have some in black. These are carried over into the catalog. These are some classic matte dots. And we have plenty of black in here that I really have yet to use. So let's use them. And we're going to do a little cluster of 3. I'm going to fold this down. Ooh, maybe just the one, because that does look good in there. I was going to do a cluster of 3 in there, but it doesn't need it. So one there. Oh, we could put one right there. And one right there. Let's do 2 more. I'm sure I can find a spot to put them. There's one there. And one more will be right up there. Oh, that's cute because you have them on there. One here, one there, one there, one up there. I'm not going to put any behind where you see it, but I'm really happy with my little outcome of my little card. It may not be as striking as its sister, this one, but it gives you an idea of what you can create. This is basic step card. This has that extra bump of a step, and I've got some more ideas to work with this on. So I hope you liked the video. If you have, give it a try. Give me a thumbs up if you would. I would appreciate that. But only if you liked it. If you didn't, that's okay. I'm just here to share my ideas. And what I love to do is creating with paper crafts. And I love my Stampin' Up! Products. I will not lie to you, I do have some other products. But my go-to is Stampin' Up! And that's why I'm a demonstrator, and that's why I am doing these videos on YouTube, to share what I love with you all. So have a great time out there. Bye-bye now.